Let's just stop for a second. Let me ask you a question. Why is the European Union so feverishly involved in Ukraine? Ukraine's not in the EU, but not in the monetary union, not in the economic union, not in the Schengen, and not in NATO, and not even in the state union. It's just on the European continent, and that's it. So why are EU leaders, von der Leyen, Macron, Merz, why are they pushing so hard for a war that has nothing to do with the EU's legal, economic, or political obligations? It's a good question. If this is about defending human rights, where were they during the Darfur genocide, the Rwandan massacre, the chaos in Libya after NATO bonded into oblivion into a failed state, the Yugoslavian wars where Europe watched as ethnic cleansing and bombings tore the Balkans apart. Even in Serbia, where NATO bombed a European capital, Belgrade, without EU consensus or a UN mandate. Where were the EU's humanitarian interventions then? Why weren't they sending billions of euros in advanced weaponry to those nations? And let's be real, Ukraine's not even part of the club. If this was about economic alliances, where was the EU during the Greek debt crisis when Germany and France crushed Greece under austerity while bailing out their own banks? The Brexit crisis where the EU let the UK walk away because they didn't want to negotiate fairly? So why now? Why is the EU putting millions of European lives at risk over a country that's not in the EU, not in NATO or any official alliance? And here's something we need to remember. Zelensky actually agreed to a peace deal early on. This could have ended, but then Boris Johnson flew in, told him not to accept it, and suddenly the billions of military aid started flowing in. Zelensky couldn't stop now, even if he wanted to. If the West hadn't interfered, this war might have been over already. Could it be that this isn't about freedom or democracy, but about power, profit, and control? What do you think? Could it be that Ukraine, with its rich agricultural land, natural resources, and strategic position, is just another pawn in a globalist game? And the sickest part, the very institution that's supposed to protect European people, the EU, is working towards sacrificing them. Instead of securing peace, they're pushing for war. Instead of defending sovereignty, they're handing it over to global financial interests. They didn't do it for Rwanda. They didn't do it for Libya. They didn't do it even for their own European brothers and sisters in the Balkans. But now, for Ukraine, a country outside of the EU, not in NATO, they're ready to risk everything, including their own citizens' lives. Ask yourself why. It's time we see through the lies. It's time we demand answers, because this isn't about Ukraine. It's about using Ukraine to control Europe and sacrificing lives, the future, and the freedom in the process. And here's the bottom line. If we don't stand up now, the next sacrifice might be you, your family, or your town. And the question isn't whether they'll take us to war. The question is whether we'll let them. It's time to stop being pawns. It's time to take back our voice before it's not just Ukraine paying the price, but all of us.